Hello there and welcome to Nerf Quest. Today we are taking a full look at the brand new hot off the shelf Ultra Strike. Without further ado, let's get this thing out of the box. Got the barrel and the magazine and the blaster itself. What the heck? Well, I'm gonna pull whatever is in there out in a second. Oh wow. Ah, the darts, okay. And a bit of cardboard, okay. First impressions of the Ultra Strike are quite positive. The grip is larger than I was expecting it to be. While the box is definitely quite small, the blaster does come disassembled, so this is not how it's intended to look. The wheels look pretty good on my model. The stock is actually of an extremely adequate length. It's quite comfortable. The magazine release is here. The jam door is there, similar to like a Strife. Then you have, what is this? This is like a flip-up sight. Not really sure how practical that is, but it's there. As far as rails go, we have 1, 2, and 3, and we can hold the magazine in the stock. So there's the barrel. I believe once you clip it in, it's technically permanent, but I'm sure you could take it back out if you took the whole thing apart. That's in there, and that is the full length. That's a solid looking blaster. I'm really liking the ergonomics so far. Besides the magazine release, I would really like to see a paddle release. I mean, we're seeing the newer paddle releases on the Moto Blitz and the Speed, so that would make this an upgrade from the Focus, but it's exactly the same as the Focus. Okay. And that just slides right in there. Oh. Okay, right off the bat, when I stuck the magazine in, it is a much better tolerance than the Focus. It feels less tight. This is a very smooth release. Even if it's not in the best place, it's actually easier to strike than the one on the Focus and the amp. This feels more like the Regulator and or the Raptor Strike, which also had these, but they came out, let's see, 2017, and those were quite comfortable. The Focus is more close to like the one on the Turbine, which is not as comfortable. Okay. This is a much better battery door than the one on the Focus or the amp. That one was exactly like the Ultra 2, but much more difficult to get the batteries in and out. So this is much better. Oh, and there it is. Instructions, which we didn't even look at. And yeah, we should have 10 AccuStrike Ultra darts. Of course, if you're using Ultra in any practical sense, these are actually quite nice. They're about as accurate as a Dart Zone Waffle, or probably the equivalent of a Nerf AccuStrike dart. They're quite accurate, and they definitely are a much better dart type than the original Ultra darts. Okay, that's all 10. Load it up. And let's test, I guess, the holding capabilities of this, the stock. So that clips in. Let's see how easy I can. That's nice. Okay, it's all right. I think it's about equivalent to the one we have on the Focus, that stock that comes with the Focus. In fact, let's grab the Ultra Focus. So these are very similar blasters in function. And this magazine is almost identical, but it does have the little black stoppers instead of red. Of course, these are going to be compared, but notable difference is this stock is fixed, permanent, and the Focus stock is N-Strike compatible, comes off, still holds a magazine, and clips on, and you can put this on your Alpha Trooper or whatever. The front grip on the Focus does not come off, and of course this one does not have a front grip, but I happen to think this is an extremely comfortable front grip. Those are essentially my initial impressions. Not sure if it's really going to be better or worse than the Focus, but let's step up here and fire a couple shots just to get a feel for it. Spicy. Good stuff. Let's take this outside and put it through its paces. Here we are outside with the brand new Nerf Ultra Strike. We're about to get some numbers. I have the Focus magazine in the back and the one it came with right here. These are the brand new darts it came with. These are also AccuStrike darts, but they've been fired multiple times. 90, 97, 89, 91, 89, 91. So that's definitely not hitting as hard as the Focus, at least in my situation. My Focus averages around 110. This is not even reaching 100, so that's a little bit disappointing. Now you could put the standard Ultra darts in here or the Sonic Screamers and be firing probably at a slightly higher FPS, but the AccuStrike ones are where it's at. Let's take some shots up here. Still has that trigger lock when you're out. Here's the second magazine. Let me try some faster fire to see if it bogs down. Now with those 9 volts, this really doesn't bog down very much at all, which is really nice. Those shots are getting around 50 to 60 feet flat. Now, of course, your range is gonna be better with the original Ultra darts, but they're garbage as far as accuracy. So these are, again, where it's at. You're probably looking at around 100 feet at an angle. And like I just said, around 50 to 60 flat. This is hitting closer to like the Ultra 2, the Scream Machine. It's not quite getting those 110 FPS numbers that really I would like to see from an Ultra Blaster. Most of that could be from the barrel. There could be other reasons, I suppose. But does that mean it's necessarily bad? I don't think so. Looks very, very cool. The grip is actually more comfortable than the one on the Focus. The stock is of adequate length and very, very comfy. It comes disassembled. If you disengage the 2 of the electronic locks, you could definitely run this like that, which, you know, that's closer to something like a Nerf cam. Oh, the wind is being a nuisance sandwich. The Ultra AccuStrike darts are getting a very, very tight grouping. So should you get this over the Focus, or if you already have a Focus, should you get this blaster? And I think it really comes down to personal preference. If this is something really cool and something that you're looking for, like this kind of silhouette that it has, I mean, 90 is not horrible. Actually, it's pretty solid for a Nerf blaster, but it's just not as good as like the Pharaoh, the Focus in my testing. I mean, it is at the same price as the Focus. The Focus has a detachable stock. In most cases, I think I would choose the Focus over this, but that doesn't mean this is a bad blaster by any means. It's actually quite a fun blaster, quite a solid blaster. I wish the magazine release was a little bit different, but overall, I do quite like the Ultra Strike. Happy nerfing.